Hi, I'm Suey.
I'm Toto.
Let's talk about W. What do you want to say?
Yeah.
So she needed a drama to watch a while back, and she chose W, and I said, you might like this premise of this. Did I say that? Do you remember what I said?
I don't remember what you said about the premise.
Why did you choose it?
Because I missed each one suck.
Okay, there you go. And then what happened?
And now, I think it's my favorite drama that I've watched.
How come?
Because it was so good.
Why?
I don't know. Just the idea of the comic book and being brought into the comic book, and then the comic book changing, and then the characters can come to the real world, and like the well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say that.
It's hard to explain this without spoilers, is that what you're saying? Well, I like the premise, so there's that back and forth. W is the name of the comic book, and the main girl's dad is the author of this comic book. And so there's some sort of weirdness going on that she gets involved in. And part of that weirdness is that she gets sucked into the comic book story, and then that's when it starts getting rewritten with her as a character now.
It was she gets sucked in at the scene where the main character is dying, and she's a doctor, and so she saves him, and she doesn't really realize who he is or where
she has no idea she's in the comic book at that point.
She's just like, what? There's a person dying, help him, and then she goes back out to the real world, and she sees herself in the comic.
But what I especially like is the idea that the main character of the comic book becomes aware of the author in the real world, and he is mad because the author has put him through so much crap this whole entire time of the existence of the story of the book, that he comes into the real world to like get revenge on the author, which is an idea to me that just fascinates me, because think of all the authors in the world who put their characters through crap. What if those characters can come into the real world and find them? So, and what would they say to each other if that happened? Did it get confusing to you at parts? Was it too much and too complicated?
I mean, there were parts where I was like, what? How?
You have to suspend your disbelief quite a bit at the time. But it is a fantasy, right? You have to think of it as a fantasy because they're going back and forth between these worlds.
I just thought that it was like genius, the writing and the storyline and all the complicatedness. And
the side characters are awesome, and the bad guy's crazy awesome, and
oh yeah,
surprising.
The actor that played because he was well, see, this is spoilery.
I didn't say that the bad guy was so we're gonna have to cut this part out. I'm just saying the bad guy was really good. So you have to cut that part out for sure. It's really hard to talk about this without spoilers, like we said.
Stuff about like the main character getting revenge on the author happens near the beginning, so that's like not too spoilery. But there's lots of stuff that happens later that I'm like
a little surprising.
Like it was just, and it was creepy too. Like it was scary.
I can't remember exactly how it ended, but I think some people have a little bit of issues with it ending. And I remember when I watched it, which was about 2 years ago, so I'm not remembering a lot of detail. But I remember at one point feeling very nervous and concerned about the ending. But then I think it ended okay for me in the end. But
yeah, there was one aspect that I had an issue with, but it had to happen, and it's better that what happened than the other thing that could have happened.
Anyway, if you're interested in some sort of a fantasy
it's like
drama,
fantasy sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, then this one might be something
romance.
Like. Yeah.
The romance was good. Lots of kissing. It has from the very beginning.
It has one of my favorite scenes, which is when he's going through the book on how to be romantic.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to talk about music or anything?
There's more like score music, which it was an epic score music for intenseness.
Go watch it, guys, if you haven't already.
I want to watch it again.
And the drama I'm watching right now is Encounter with Park Bo-gum and Song Hey Q. Is that how you say her name? It's really good too. It's kind of a slow, subtle drama. There's not a lot. There's no action. There's no action. It's all just relationship drama.
Opposite of.
Kind of the opposite of W. Okay, that's all we have to say about dramas today. Let us know what you're watching and what your favorite is lately. Bye.
Bye.